I see 7.6 million, but I don't, this 8.4 doesn't make sense. Okay, do we have everyone we expected? Yes, right? Tucker? James, I didn't hear from. Okay, we have a quorum. All right, I'll call to. That's what I don't understand. We'll ask. We'll call the meeting to order. Chris, would you please do the roll? Thank you.
Deanna Carlson. Todd Levieri.
Here.
Michael Chen.
Here.
Chris Labrise is here. Victor Alvarez.
Here.
Maria Weingarten.
Here.
Bob Hamill.
Absent.
James Young. Not sure.
Not here.
Nick Matrakis.
Here.
Jan Schaefer.
Here.
Steve Doka.
Not coming. He'll be out. He'll be absent.
Alan Bedaines.
Here.
Okay, so the only one we don't know about
So we need
is
to
James.
Seat somebody for Bob
Yeah,
and someone for James.
yeah, James not here, so
So
we,
let's just do
yeah.
so Jan and Alan.
yeah,
Right.
yes.
So motion to seat. Let's motion to seat Jan and Alan to replace Bob and James.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
Maria, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, none? So moved. Okay. All right. And I need a motion to approve the minutes. Unless someone has any questions, issues, edits, challenges.
Motion.
Motion. All right. Second.
Second.
Nick, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None?
Abstain.
Abstain? Yep, good. So moved. Okay. Let me invite Cheryl up. Cheryl, you want to please come up and walk us through item 3? And Tucker, yeah, thank you.
Okay. Good evening. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Cheryl Jones, and I'm the HR director, and I'm here with Tucker. Good evening. We are here tonight to respectfully request that the Board of Finance approve a 2.75% increase to the first selectman's salary for fiscal year 2025 and fiscal year 2026. This adjustment aligns with the average salary increase received by town employees this year. The first selectman's salary should have been reviewed during the recent budget process. However, that review did not take place. Upon approval by the Board of Finance, this recommendation will move forward to the Town Council for final consideration. When Deanna assumed office, her salary was set at $171,000 for a 2-year term, which will be ending in November.
So not sure everybody followed that, but we should have done this in our budget process. And I don't know if you noticed, as Cheryl was reading that, she did look at Chris Labrie, but we apparently missed that. And
Chris, yes.
I did not look at you.
and so,
Chris is stunned.
I'll take full responsibility. And so we should have done it in the process. So this is a catch up and clean up to adjust the salary as per the charter and per our rules and all the rest of it. It's done every other year. And we should have done it back in the March, April. And so we.
But it's effective this fiscal year, so
It'll be effective in
it'll be
November.
effective July 1.
And how do we, no, it's effective November 1?
In once she goes into office.
The December
day
one.
She goes into office.
Oh, okay.
Oh, December 1. Oh, okay.
Yeah, yep.
Okay.
Correct.
And of course, you need to know that in order to have the election, so people have to know what they're going to
That's
get
it.
paid.
Yeah,
Correct.
that's it. So we're fine doing it as long as we did it before the election, but we did, we should have included whatever the.
So this comes out of the general fund, is that what?
So, and it comes, yeah, is it an adjustment? Yeah, okay. So it's covered in the budget one way or the other.
Yeah.
It's just a question of maybe a transfer that we would do that in November?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, fine. But we should approve it and get it. If we want to approve it, we should approve it tonight. Okay, anything else? Okay, so I need a motion to approve item 2, the salary increase. Any other discussion, any other concerns or anything? No, everyone's okay. Well deserved, I might add, by the
Yes,
way.
Yes.
It should not go without being said. Oh, my goodness. Motion,
Yeah.
Michael,
Yeah.
second? Nick? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None? So moved.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Cheryl. I made a note for next year for Chris, for make sure.
In multiple places.
Put it on my tickler
years.
file.
Next year to remind him, and we have a
Don't-
year to do it again.
Don't spend it all in one place though.
Exactly. Thank you. Okay. Ann and Ryan, you want to come up for the next few items? Actually, we have tax supported capital, bond proceeds transfers, and financial update and line item transfers, right?
Yeah.
The Ann meeting. Okay.
I'll start while Ryan's getting it up. So every year at the end of each fiscal year, we have what, as most of you know, is your tax supported capital. And we look at 2 years we keep, that's an automatic rollover. And then anything older, we go in front of this board to say, can we roll those dollar amounts over for
Right.
another year? And we keep doing that. We've worked very well with the departments in cleaning up we had some older balances last year. So we've continued cleaning them up. So we've sorted them by, Ryan has sorted them by department. So you can get a snapshot of each department versus just a listing of them. And we'd open it up for any questions that you have. There's two schedules. There's the ones that we're requesting to remain open is the larger list. And the smaller ones are the ones that departments have said, we can close these and they will roll as available funds for another project. Do you want me to go down any lists or do you have particular questions?
Well, no, let's take it one at a time. Why don't we start with the first one you've got up, the projects to close. So you want to just explain what that is, what that means? We'll close them where the funds go. We're not going to spend this, is what you're saying.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
Do you want me to go to them or do you want me?
I
Okay,
can.
go on.
So starting with police, we have, these are all fiscal year 24 or earlier, just for background there. I think you said that. So they're either remaining funds that are not to be spent or they're not going to use the projects at all. So the funds go back to the
The fund balance in the
the
tax
fund.
supported capital.
So we start with police. There's a fiscal 24 mobile radio replacement, $500 there.
Maybe just, you could just say to us, did they not buy that replacement, or when they were all said and done, that's the money that was left over? Probably the latter.
Yes.
Other than the Board of Ed.
Board of
Board of
Ed.
Ed didn't.
So they did these things and they just ended up maybe overestimating or for whatever reason. Look, okay, these are de minimis. So this was all about the new system and therefore they're not going to need this for the old system. Is that what this is?
The PA.
The PA? Okay, all right.
Although that PA system is for the high school, so these are different schools from the high school.
Right, okay. Then why, what happened here? This get canceled or?
Yeah. so that's
Bless
one.
you.
Yes, you-
Maybe he didn't answer hear the question.
Did he hear?
I just curious, did we just decided to not do these or?
Hi, Todd. Hi,
Hi,
this is
Brian.
Brian.
Hello.
Correct. We're not doing these because we're looking at the solution that's going into the high school. That'll be going over to Saks as a proposal for next year and looking at a different approach in the future
Okay,
with the other elementaries. So we're taking a different approach and don't need these funds.
Okay. Okay. We don't have to vote on that, but this is a transaction update. Good. I'm actually pleased it's so little in some ways. It's because this used to be 3 pages
Good on
So
it. Now
we're
we
getting
do
better.
reminders.
and nothing from 2018. Oh, yes, there is. I was kidding. There is. Oh my gosh. It's gonna be a hard sell. Okay, let's go to the ones they want to remain open. We have to approve this.
Yes.
Everyone needs to pay attention now.
So I didn't actually wrote down which of these are actually currently encumbered and which are just available funds.
That's a good question.
So that may be something you want to
Mm-hmm.
take a look at.
Yeah, so it's the mobile data, that has an encumbrance against it, the first one. Fire, in talking with the chief, The reason when this is holding off is he's waiting for a grant. They're applying for a grant, which will come sometime between August and October. So they're waiting to see if they get the grant to be able to purchase them. If they don't, then they'll use these funds to purchase what they need.
Hmm.
Then 2018 does have an encumbrance, a more recent encumbrance going against it. So that, to me, that means there's an invoice coming against that.
There's a what coming
An
against it?
invoice, they're doing
that
work.
this summer.
Summer,
This
yeah.
is- Yeah, I don't know what, yeah, it was a long time ago, but they are starting that work at the Nature Center. Or it just went through, I just saw it went before planning and zoning and, or ZBA, one of the inland wetlands, I think, had to approve it. Sorry, too many different.
It's like 7 years old.
I'm surprised you can,
Do we
that's
not-
all the money they need now.
Yeah.
You would think
It's
it'd be
more than
twice.
that. It's much more than that, but they must be using
Other
these
funds.
funds in addition to.
Okay,
All right.
all right.
The 2020 ADA, that was brought up last year. The PO was put in and it has been partially expensed. So this is the remaining balance on what they need to, invoices waiting to come in.
Okay.
Cameras and securities, there is not a encumbrance against this one. So there's no plan as of right now with these funds, although they're requesting for them to be rolled over.
Well, then why would we do that? I'm sorry, it's not budgeted, no, any longer.
No encumbrance, yep. So
So this
technically
is like a new ask in some ways.
yes, yes.
Yeah.
I mean, what do we
Put
think
it
about
back in
that,
the
Gene?
budget for next year.
Put it in the, I say no. Well, I say no. We should talk about it. Well, why would we do that? I would just, if
Well, I
they need
know
it, they
the
can
only
come
thing
back
I
and
would
ask
say
it.
is that, but it's DPW, but I know like, he's helped like when Russ and stuff has tried to do some security stuff, or we have like an area in town, they say like Bristow Bird Sanctuary. They, when we had the issues with the graffiti,
Mhm.
that was like, wasn't planned for, and I think this is probably where he went.
Went to get it.
Get those funds. But, I mean, to be fair, you could take it away and, he has to come. It just, that means that graffiti work, cleanup and monitoring isn't gonna happen.
We can come back and ask for
Yeah,
special
You
appropriation.
could.
I'm making sure I follow this. We authorized this money for this thing. They spent, they must have spent the money, if it's not encumbered, they must have spent the money on something else and didn't do this, which.
This was the
not-
residual balance. This is the balance that's left after they did.
Okay.
Yeah, so they've used some of this,
Yeah.
whatever was allocated 4 years ago. So this is an unused balance. So it
Oh.
doesn't have anything to do with the Bristow because those cameras have gone up.
I'm saying.
You're just saying, as an
what I'm
example.
saying, though, is that what he doesn't budget for an issue like Bristow. And then when you have that issue and you need to find money to address it, that's where he gets it. So I know that's kind
Right,
of.
but this is not a reserve fund to be
I agree.
used for
That's
any
the
old
problem.
thing.
That's
Okay.
the problem.
I agree. I
It's a
just
bad
want you to
practice. It's
know,
$5,000, not the end of the world, but it's
Yeah.
bad practice to just leave it
Yeah.
lying around. I think
Yep.
we could create thinking about this from a budget point of view. Maybe there's a contingency fund out of all this money of 20 grand or something like that, that you would have.
This would roll into the fund balance in that fund. So it would, if you chose not to roll that forward, it would become available in the fund. So if there was a point that something comes up,
Yeah.
he could come in front of
Well,
the board
there
and
you
say,
go.
I need
That's
it
right.
now.
The general
Yeah,
fund.
it's available.
No,
It's like
It doesn't go back to,
Tax
the
co-
it
supported
doesn't go
capital.
back to the general
it's like
fund.
back
It
to
goes back to
capital
the
fund,
tax
yeah.
supported fund.
Yeah. I think that's the right practice, team. I mean, it seems, I know it's $5,000, but it's not a great precedent to just leave things around and it's not assigned to anything specific.
Yeah.
It's also 2021 money now. It's time to,
It's actually $10,000 because the exact same thing happened in 2022. 1,500.
Mhm.
all right, let's go one at a time here. Keep going. We
Uh,
can put
drainage-
a star on that one. I think we answered that one. Okay.
Drainage has a current encumbrance against it, which means there's invoices coming in to go against
Okay.
that one, the
All right.
10,000.
So that's in process and had been being worked.
Yes. The 2022 cameras does not. It's probably the same issue that
Yeah.
if we put it to fund balance, it's available
Yep.
when they need it for those reasons. Equipment refurbishing, there is nothing open at the moment encumbrance wise on that one. It's a residual balance.
But this
Signs,
is from last year's budget, right? It's 24,
budget.
right? So don't we automatically roll these without too much
So that's 2
issue?
years ago. That's
So we
2
keep
years
26
ago.
and
Oh.
25.
I know, it's very confusing.
Yeah,
2 years ago,
Yeah.
so it's been rolled forward already once. And this is this is just what's left of original allocation?
yes.
Well, then presumably they don't need it.
Didn't we approve refurbishing of something in 2025, 26 budget?
So that would be a different
It's already,
line item.
and it would be budgeted for and
Yeah.
I would do the same things with the cameras for this.
the same thing, yeah,
Yeah.
scrub it.
Signs, interior and exterior, it's not encumbered, but in talking with them, this was under town buildings. And Bill may be able to speak more to this, but there are signs that they are still doing. But they don't have the plan in place to get that encumbrance in place for the 8,500.
I'm not sure I follow, so
So these are signs for where?
Signs for interior and exterior of buildings,
Yes.
that, Bill, do you want to cover your signs?
Hey. How are you? Okay, how you doing?
good, thanks.
So these here are the signs and stuff. Yeah, I can see. Oh, yeah. Where am I? Here I am. So the signs are, this is all part of the Waveney House work that's been ongoing. And I know they're working on some signage. I am not directly working with it. It's more of Tiger and John Howe working on that. Some has to do with ADA and some for general signage that's required by building codes that we're working on.
But help me with is this money encumbered?
It is not.
It's not encumbered, so it was budgeted, not spent. And we have nothing against it, so it's sort of just sitting in a fund waiting to be spent.
Yes.
Not a great practice, team. I mean, I appreciate we can't get to everything we budget. Well, it's only fiscal year 2024. What do we think? I mean, signage for waiver, are you going to do it this year?
I guess that's a plan that they want to do. I know I've been talking
But there
about,
is
we're
no,
working on it.
there's no plan. It's not like if, okay, we have we know we have a list, we know it's gonna be. it's-
place.
We haven't sent
Well,
out the
they
invoice.
do with the DOJ settlement. There are, some of it is DOJ settlement stuff that has been a long time in process of trying to get done. So Waveney, like, in fact, it just came before the Board of Selectmen, this repaving of the west parking lot. And part of that, when we saw the bill, we're like, that's a very expensive parking lot. It has to do with ADA ramping. They have to repaint. They have to have new signs for, I guess there's a new handicap sign. It's slightly more active looking. And
Okay.
so there's work. And so this has been taking a long time. I don't,
The signage, we actually just discussed it the other day, actually, because now that the bathrooms are all opened up and we have to start thinking about the elevators coming into play this fall.
there's some
It's
braille
starting-
signs, I
Is-
think. that
There's
have to
there's a
go
lot,
in.
there's a lot of signage that has to be. put up.
Okay, you want to keep it. You'll use it and okay.
Yeah,
All right.
that's the intent, to get it going.
Okay, that kind of makes sense. It's only 2024 to either, so. Everybody okay with that one? Just
Yeah.
keep, like, all right, okay, let's keep rolling.
Electric updates, what's
Oh,
that?
The electric updates, that's also Waveney House. That was basically for light fixtures and what have you that are kind of getting old over there. And that John wanted to update. We actually used some of it to do, I believe was this account, the new groom's room. There was never no lighting in there. We actually just started to put some lighting in there and trying to put some fans in, also part of the light fans to kind of move air around the upstairs there.
Didn't it already get done though? I mean, there's no encumbrance against this?
That got done, but there's other ones that he wants to do over there.
Oh,
So
okay.
what would this be for?
To continue with that plan to get some more lighting in the building. Just also, I noticed some go through discussions down. I don't know how to describe that room, the sitting room. You know, if you know which one that is, there's no overhead light in there. We've been working with a lighting consultant now, but seeing how we can get lighting in there, ceiling lighting. It's a trick because we don't want to cut up the plaster walls and everything. And I found a way to get between the ceiling and the floor upstairs. This is a bit of an adventure. So I'm still trying to investigate how I get power and new electricity. The electricity is 110 years old in the building.
Okay,
So
so
we're
you're
always-
working on it. It's got some problems. It's been delayed. Okay.
To come up and
All
sneak
right.
up on you,
All
it's
right,
nice to
you're
be able
gonna
to
take that one.
take care of it.
Okay.
Town hall docking station, we've been working on. I have a, I think there's some encumbrance on that. Is there? They closed out on that one. We have a plan.
When you say we closed out, do we overrun by $10,000? Is that another way to look at this?
No. We still have 10,250 there. So right now we have the plan and we're discussing the best way to tackle that plan. The balance of the money would be for the administrative services of that plan so that, because it's electrical stuff, we need the electrical engineer to, do our check over our submittals and stuff, once we go out and get pricing and bids for it, what have you. It's a little bit of a tricky challenge because it's the annex and there's not a lot of room out there to do the electrical. So we're,
Is that a this summer thing or this fall or what are your, what's the timing?
equipment, trying to get, we're gonna go out and I'll talk to Tiger about it and see how we're gonna go tackle that one. Now that we just had the generator approved, that mobile generator, that you just put the Board of Selectmen, that will actually charge that building. So now we have a good incentive to go ahead and get that. It's for transfer switches, just so you understand it, so that, I don't know if some of you understand that is, it'd be fully automated, so we'll have the switch here, mobile generator, we can plug into it and it'll go on and off as need be
Okay.
during an event.
So I thought that was for the wastewater treatment plant.
It is, but it also is big enough to do that building, so
So
we
you could move it.
so
between
we
the
can move it. We're not gonna let it sit there if we need it. And then the priority would always be the wastewater. If
So we budgeted, didn't get started. It's only a couple of years.
Yep.
So it sounds like
You're working on
they're
it.
working on it. Okay.
we have some of the work completed on there, we had to put some new stairs, clean the roof, the door, and then we're just did the, out of the pump house, some new, water lines and stuff that we had to do to run out of that pump house to the Irwin barn because the water lines were no good.
So is this encumbered or
No, it's not encumbered. It's the balance will have to keep going forward. So.
With the demo of the
Right.
main house, they're moving Butch and some things over into the barn. And so they're doing some redoing of water and
Water, yeah.
waste lines.
It had the old choked off galvanized pipelines that we're all trying to get rid of.
that sounds like it's still active. Okay,
And then the furniture for bride and groom's room, that's the director of Parks and Recs, that's John Howe's thing. I know he's been working on some furniture. They bought a few things. Now that everything's been freshly painted and they got the new carpets and stuff moving along up there, I believe he's moving towards getting some more furniture up there.
We just filled out some cert, they're called a cert 134 to show we're tax exempt for the vendor so that they can move forward with
Okay,
purchases.
so that's moving along. Okay, same with the ACM, I suppose.
We're working on a plan on how to best tackle that one.
Okay.
transfer station.
Transfer station, out of the three, the 15,000 has about 5,000 encumbered. So that tells me there is definitely some invoices coming through. The 8,000 and the 10 are residual balances left.
Can I just, can we move back to the bride and groom for 1 second? So there's $20,000 in this fund, but in the 26 budget that we just passed, we have a line for 40,000 for the bride and groom upgrades. So so you want to spend the 40,000 in the 26 budget plus the 20,000 that is left over from the 24 budget?
That would be what it is. And so I know that there was, I'm not sure which one came from where. There was painting, removing electrical. So if you'd been up there, all the electrical stuff was attached to the outside of the wall because they couldn't. So I know that there was work that was done to remove all of that stuff.
The upgrades we did was when we had the plumbing project in the basement done, we found an opportunity to run all new plumbing to the bathroom up in the bride's room. Got rid of all the old lead pipes and everything out of there. So that was the start of moving forward. And to Deanna's point too, we had a lot of power running on exterior walls.
But I guess my question
Yeah.
is, so when you did when you're like, okay, the bride and groom need some money to be spent. Were you thinking we already have 20,000 in this fund and we're gonna do an additional 40,000? Or were you thinking 40,000 will cover the whole thing?
John. It's
It
John.
was really John on that
Yes.
one. I mean, I know what I use to continue to make the build infrastructure. I'm looking at the infrastructure piece of it, of the money that was there, doing some of the electrical work and then some of the plumbing. John's more the aesthetic stuff with the furniture, painting. I'll do the job for them.
Just
They tell me if they want.
refresh my memory. What is in the budget for this year? For what?
I see $40,000.
What did it
But what
say,
is
though?
it? Was it for?
It says it's a capital item, bride and groom's room upgrade,
So I think that's different than the
$40,000.
first, because we just,
bonded.
like a couple months ago, we approved the purchase of the furniture.
Right.
But he hasn't encumbered this.
Yet, because we
So
were
do
just
you,
working.
you
through
haven't
vendors.
seen it come, oh, because you're working on the vendor.
Certain,
Oh,
for
okay.
getting
And that
everything in
was
place.
Probably, it was around this amount. I don't know exactly how much it was. I can't
Had
remember.
difficulty in the vendor and literally I had to talk to their company to say what was their actual DBA business because their W-9 wasn't clear. So we were trying to work through that.
Are we ready to vote or approve or not approve this then? Should we do this in September?
September.
Because I don't know that I hear clarity on Victor's question and then this another $49,000. What is it all for? And it's okay, you can't answer it all, but we ought to probably have an answer before we say, okay, go ahead and keep it.
My only issue is going to be, we'll just hold off on the ones that have invoices pending. They just won't get paid till September, but that's, that's a month and a half.
Well,
away,
I thought these two weren't though.
Okay, those two. Oh, just table them till September. Yeah, not a problem.
We have the Waveney money that we approved for the bride and groom suite. We have this money that we approved before. It hasn't been spent yet. It just seems to me to time out, right? What are we doing in the bride and groom
But
suite?
What
And if we
would-
don't have, that's all I was saying, those two items, the 29 and the 20, I feel like we should just get just a picture of that. Cause it's getting starting to be six plus
Wow,
another
right.
40. Now you're, right now.
But
80
we know
grand.
what we don't know is what the total budget is for this bride and groom room. It would be nice to
Yeah.
know what the total budget of it was.
Yep.
How much was actually allocated to it in the various budgets?
And to do what?
How much of it has been spent?
Yeah, exactly.
That's
That's it.
You know, there are so many
That's it.
little bits of
That's why we do
of
this.
budgets
Exactly.
in here, and we get a little bit here, a little bit in next year, a little bit last year. And
Yep.
we don't know, I mean, for all we know, this was a $200,000 project.
Yep.
But
Let's table this one.
Yeah.
It's not approved, it's not rejected, but we need a story in September.
Definitely.
Okay? Okay, transfer station?
Transfer station, like I said, it's 5 for the install security gates. There's 5,000 encumbered in there.
Mhm.
The 8,000 and the 10,000 do not have any encumbrance against it right now.
So
Well,
it's
I'm sorry, 5,000 against the 15?
against the gates, yeah.
Okay, so there may be more there.
So there's 18,000 between those two, and do we have, is there, again, plan to get this work done? For the purchase and the electric and the container?
Some container stuff.
So maybe it's against this?
Do you think, I mean, because they were, I know I just signed something about replacing a container at the wastewater treatment plant. It didn't get encumbered?
Not as of today.
Now, Deanna, when you get a request first,
Yeah.
do they tie it into like the project number so that you know you're approving
They,
10673?
so
do you
they
know
put
that?
an account number on there and then because there are so many approvals I have to do, I have said, is there budget money? But finance would then know if there's money in the account that it's being put against.
Right, so you would know that it was,
Or and
the
what?
project number
And
would be
yeah.
correct. So that question goes back to you. Was this project the same as what was approved at her meeting recently?
Oh, I'd have to look it up to see what.
I don't know that got approved. I don't know that it was, because I can approve something under 10.
Right.
So it didn't come to the Board of Selectmen. It just came to me. And it was in the last couple weeks.
It would just, I'm just trying to understand, are we working these two things or are they
Yeah.
dormant? Now,
Yeah, I don't
this makes
know.
me think it may be active, the 10,600 for the container replacement.
That is.
Okay,
Donnie just retired, so there's a little transition going on there. and
Okay.
They do need containers.
that's fair. Okay, that's okay then. And then the 8,000 purchase and install ELEC. I don't know what ELEC is.
Electrical signs.
Okay,
Sorry,
signs,
cut
there's
off.
more
Yeah,
signs.
Sorry, it's meant to be electrical signs, install electrical.
Is that in, that's going back to 22 now.
Encumbered.
So
I
it
don't-
feels like that's got to get a little star next to it. And I don't know.
We just finished not too long ago, the decking around the, I don't know if you put up the scale house, but they just finished all the outside around there. And I know Tiger had talked about putting the electric signs, because we have the ones that you plug and move around. He had mentioned that he wanted to get those out on that island there and help, direct people to certain areas and also post, you know, if they're closing or anything like that there. It only makes the assumption that that's what it's for, just that the project got delayed a little bit because we had to do that.
Okay,
decking.
all right. So that,
You comfortable with that?
yep. Yep.
Hmm.
Keep that one rolling. DPW?
Parks.
Parks, the water fountains is fully encumbered, so there's invoices going against that. The 10,000 is not, but they had used older money first. So there was a lot of push in fiscal year 25 to clean up the old balances from last year
Yep,
that you
yep,
approved. So
yep.
they concentrated on those projects. So this one will be coming up soon. And the 11,000 for the salt spreader body is encumbered.
Okay.
So there's an invoice coming on that one. Recreation.
So what do we decide on the
The brush
10?
cutters?
You're working on it?
Brush cutters, they will be spending that money.
Okay.
Yep, there is a plan.
Okay.
Recreation, these two do not have encumbrances, but I don't have what their plan is on these two items for the tennis building and the athletic bleachers, field bleachers.
And it's
Getting a
21 and
little-
22. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
I feel-
that's a little out of date.
Feels like they should get pulled, and if we need to, if there's a
Back
plan
in.
and they come back and they need something, we can have a conversation and we can reconsider, but again, this is not a good practice to leave these funds out there.
The Board of Ed, Sean, I believe, was going to get on to address the Board of Ed ones. Great.
So nothing terribly old here.
No,
Painting.
they did do a really good, from what you approved last year, they
Painting's always
concentrated
an
and
issue.
really got a lot of it cleared up.
Yeah,
And
a lot of these things are going during the summertime.
Yeah.
now, so,
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Hi, can you hear me? I'm on.
yeah.
Maybe hit the 4 or 5 big ones. I think painting, can we just, you give us the picture on painting, but usually that's just a question of timing and.
Right. The 23 painting we're accessing now, we're using now. 24, we will use that before we use anything else. So we'll apply the FIFO method for
Yep.
the 24 and 25 painting.
Okay. Everybody okay with that? That covers all the painting items across the.
Yeah,
okay with that?
Yeah, there's 6 of them. We also have the south and Saks gym floor. We've used for south, we used 18 out of the 50. Saks, we used 31 of the 42, and we'd like to use the remainder for sometime during the year. We'd like to, buff both of them out and reapply another coat.
I'm sorry, was that Saks
Saks and south.
and South? Okay. Okay, that's the 31.7 and the 10.7, right?
Right.
Okay.
Yep. The traffic control system at the high school, that's associated with the guard booth, and we're in process there. The maintenance vehicle from 24, we did purchase a maintenance vehicle, but somehow got charged to the 25 budget. So we'd like to purchase the 25 budget vehicle and charge it to 24 if that's possible.
That's fine. Okay.
The energy engineering, if it's possible, we'd like to use that for general engineering.
Hmm.
So, I mean, I'll leave that to you. And the intercom at Saks for 10K, we can give that one back.
Intercom at Saks for 10 on the
That's
bottom.
about-
Okay. Well, I'm sorry, go through the
That's
other one
parking
again
lot, too.
on the energy.
Yeah, we have
ask?
50,000 for energy and engineering services. We would like to, we've kind of done what we're going to do for energy. We'd like to see if we could use that for general engineering services.
What does that entail?
It would be, could be anything where that comes up that requires some kind of engineering design. Facilities assessment could fall under that as well.
I'm not sure that's a good plan.
But you don't have, you can't see anything on the radar that you're specifically concerned about.
Right now, no. So we can delete that one if you're not comfortable with that.
Feels like we should do that.
What about this little one, 5,000 for the parking lot? Was that part of the control station?
Oh, the gates?
Yeah,
Parking lot gates, 5,400.
Let's see, parking lot gate.
It's right below the control station.
So we have 5,400. We can give that back. That's fine.
All right.
All right. So,
Okay, anything else? That's the list. So we need to have a comeback on Waveney, on the bride and groom room. That'd be good.
And rec, right? Rec also.
And well, in the rec, yeah, I mean, yeah, they're getting old and there's no specificity. It feels like it's,
John's on vacation these 2 weeks, so
Okay.
it's probably like maybe those 4 we can.
we can sit on that till September. It's no big deal. Nothing's gonna
Yeah,
happen.
this-
Everybody okay with that plan?
okay, so we're
Everybody?
not, we're not gonna vote on this?
I think we sort of went one by one.
Yep.
Do you feel like,
You need some of them to be able to pay invoices, so like you need to,
so do you need to put together a proposal then for us to vote on?
3.
A recommendation. By the way, in the future,
Yeah.
let's split this. This is getting better every year. I would just have an encumbered list and a like, let's
I'll show you
break
the
it up a
original
little
budget.
bit.
Yeah. I'll do the
Or
whole
highlight,
thing.
just so that we can focus on the ones, if they've already gotten started and they haven't finished, I think we can generally understand that if they're only a couple of years old. But the ones that haven't even gotten started, yet, it'd be nice to separate them out, because I think most of us would agree it's just not gonna happen. It's okay. Come back next year. So you need to draft a proposal for what you want us to vote on and approve
Okay, so we had marked encumbrance,
together if you want.
like to say which ones we should
Yeah,
approve right
yep,
now and then, okay.
Sure.
I think what you need to do is go through the list of the ones we Xed out and come back and tell us what the new total is.
In the September meeting? That's what.
Now.
or-
You
oh,
can do-
now,
you can
that's
do it
right.
now.
I'm
You
sorry.
can
Okay.
approve
yeah,
it.
'cause
So
you
you
wanna
can
be
move
able
We'll
forward
approve it
on
now.
it.
We want to pay invoices. Yeah, we don't want to be late.
I don't like.
We don't want to be, that's not our reputation.
So the ADA, the 2020 ADA
Okay, so
evaluation.
Ryan, you're gonna add all these up? Oh, why don't you pull them together and, yeah, sounds
And
good.
then how are we treating these two for the bride and groom thing? Are we?
We're tabling.
We're just gonna
those.
We're
table
gonna
those
pull
till
them out.
September now.
So we're not gonna
Exactly.
approve them.
No.
So
And the
out they
recreation.
We're not
come.
gonna reject them. We're not
And
gonna
the rec.
And
approve
the
them.
recreation 2 pieces, because John's out of here right now. And I need to ask him about
Those two. We're not gonna, we're gonna table those till September.
Okay, so I already have them out.
Yeah, okay.
So to me, it looks just like 195,835 that you're
Yes.
pulling out of the 501, but you'll have to verify that.
We can go through what you're pulling out.
That's
Easier
what
one,
he's
sorry,
right,
that's the easier one to
confirmed.
pull. Yes, thank you. That's
So
perfect.
That's a very.
So
good
we
number,
said,
305.
Okay, go ahead, talk.
By project number. Project, yeah.
You wanna read off the ones that we're pulling
Okay,
out?
so according to my list.
Check them.
It's DPW administration item, project number 10442 for 5,000.
Yep.
Item 10517 for 5,535.45.
What about the 1037?
No, they spent it. There's
They spent, okay,
encumbrance.
that, okay, that.
The 10649 project for 1,122.25. Then the 10,000, the 10068 and the 10681 projects for the
Those are getting
bridegroom. They're getting, but they're not being approved, so they're out for this
Correct,
purpose. So 29,350 and 20,000.
But this is a request to remain open.
September
So you leave
decision.
them in there. This sheet is a request to leave them open.
Technically, that's right.
So you
Okay,
leave those
all
in
right.
there.
We're gonna keep them going
Yes,
for
yes.
one more meeting.
Right, okay.
Do it that
All
way.
right, so put them back in. A good interpretation. All right. So then we go down to recreation, same thing. You want to leave them in there for the time being.
Yes.
The 474 and the 537 items, $30,000 total. Okay, so those stay in. So then the only other item that comes out are Board of Ed,
Board of
so
Ed's.
5,477.50.
Yep.
50,000 and 10,000 on the bottom.
That's right. That's right.
Anything else other than those 4 as well? So it's not just leaving it open, but we want to approve and pay invoices on everything,
Everything.
but those other 4 items too. So we got to take those 4 items out of the approval. Because we're not
No,
approving
what they're
those 4.
saying is they have to stay in the
No, we
temporary.
have to stay in
They have
because we
to
don't
stay
know
in
We
the
yet.
stay in,
approval
but we're not approving it right tonight.
We're just keeping it open.
We're keeping it open.
It's a
right?
request to keep it open,
Correct.
and which is correct.
Yeah.
but we recognize they're not even started yet. We're gonna have a conversation about them all in
Yeah.
September.
Right.
I think we're okay.
And we might pull them out. then.
And we might pull them out then.
Yeah, we want to pull the dollar amount out. So
So
Exactly
if
right.
we can't, if we pull them out now, then there's no more money.
That's right.
Right, so leave it in there for now,
Leave it in
right?
for another,
Right.
till we get the
All
straight
right, so
scoop.
that's it. So Ryan, you tell us what the new number is.
77,135.20 is what is not approved.
135.20. So then just take that off of the 501.
Exactly.
75.
23, 940, 61.
The dollar amount,
423.
Yeah.
940.61.
We got three yeses on that number?
Yeah.
all right. Okay, so that's the amount to approve to remain open. Okay.
September, 79,350.
For them to come back and discuss. Good, okay.
Thank you.
Okay, so we need a motion to approve the 493, 940, 61.
So moved.
Second? Maria, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? None? So moved. Thank you. A little painful,
It's always this.
but well done.
Ancient history.
Oh, no. This is pretty good.
Oh,
Most of
no,
this
this
is
is good.
24,
I
20,
know.
23.
We
Remember
don't have
2012 and,
Yeah,
oh my goodness.
when it was 6 pages long.
I asked about that. We don't have to vote on the ones to close or do we?
No, they're
Yeah,
just
no,
automatic.
no.
Yeah, they're not
No, no.
authorizations, so they just go away.
So moved. Okay. On to bond proceeds.
So every year we go through our projects that are, the departments let me know that the capital projects are closed. And we do the analysis of taking down the budget if the projects come in less than we did the authorization on. And then we have to see on those projects, were they funded by capital funds? And then we have to reauthorize those funds. So there's two things we're actually doing here. We're closing, the first list. A is to close these projects officially down, and we do this for the audit so that we have the minutes to prove these authorizations are gone. And then the second part, I know there's a 60 cents in there, but it does have to be done. That's excess bonding money on those particular projects
Okay.
that we're reallocating. So in Schedule B, we're reallocating those funds
To see.
to what's on C.
Okay.
And just to show you on C, only 2 of the projects are being closed out because the middle project at 61,000 still needs additional funds, so I can't close it out yet. Although the project is done, I've brought the budget down and everything, I can't officially close it yet.
Okay, do we need a motion on A?
Yeah, you gotta read.
do all three?
Yes, yeah, please.
I think you just have to approve this motion. here,
Okay,
This resolution.
right, okay.
So I might as well read it, right? But, so I'm gonna read the top line plus the dollar amount. So resolution closing out projects and transferring unexpended bond proceeds from and to various capital projects in the amount of $151,508.39. Do I have a motion?
I move that resolution.
Second? Jan, okay. All in favor?
Thank you.
Okay. Next on our list, we had finance. Finance update.
Man, you're just gonna sit right there all night.
Finance meeting. It's a housekeeping meeting. All right, who's up? You up, Ryan or Ann?
I got it. Yep.
Okay.
Okay, so this is the 12 months ending June 30th. We are still within the 60-day look back, so these are not final numbers, but this is what we have right now. Overall year-to-date revenue, 177.6 million, which is 104.5% of what we expected and budgeted for 2025. Current tax collections are 160.4 million, which is 101.4% of the budget. Prior year tax collections, we've talked about this the last few months, but 1.4 million, which is significantly over what we expected and significantly more than last year in the hundreds of percentages. primarily due to the tax payments from accounts to avoid tax liens on a couple properties that were auctioned. Building permits, 1.3 million for the year, which is 157.4% of the budget, 222,000 more than last year's number. Again, last several months due to activity around the Burtis and Cherry developments, new residential construction. Conveyance fees, 2.1 million, which is 139.3% of the budget, 449,000 more than last year. Parking,
Just noted, 588,000. Am I right about that? 588 above budget? Wow,
conveyance fees.
588,000 above budget.
On conveyance fees?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a biggie.
Riverwood, push that over.
Yeah. That was last year's vacation.
I know it was. It was
Right?
just, yes, it was. Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
Parking permits are next, 917,000, 104.7% of the budget, 155,000 more than last year. Interest on investments, we have 2.1 million, which was 106% of the budget, and also 536,000 more than last year.
And that's 120 over the budget.
Yes.
About what we, is that where you and Andrew were, because we were back and forth on that in the last meeting.
But we were at 1.2. That was my estimation of where we thought. So we got into the just over 1.1.
What are you talking about? I'm talking
Sorry,
about
2.1.
2.1.
2. Yeah.
Okay, so it's, I'm sorry, say that again. You think it's, you were at 2.2
2.2.
and we're 2.12. Okay, it's fine. So it's 120 over, which is great. And where was Andrew? I forgot what he was calling.
He wasn't that, but probably like 2.3 or so he was in.
Okay, so interesting. Is that a final, that one? Or are we still waiting for some?
Final. We finalized our investment reports. They take a while to come in. And we also had about this $700,000 in unrealized gain. So that gave a boost to our other line as well.
All right, good story.
That was interest. Tipping fees, 334,000 for the year, 80.5% of the budget, so 78,000 less than last year and less than we budgeted for by about 81,000.
What was the reason for that? Why did that come in lower?
There was no particular, it just, yeah, the nature of the, or do you,
Tiger said that some of the people that traditionally were tipping here
Mhm.
went to other
Towns.
towns. We're not the cheapest tipping. We're in the middle, but there might be, you
So
know.
they just decided to get a better deal somewhere?
Board of Ed excess cost grant was 1 million flat, 109.4% of the budget, which was 284,000 more than we got last year from the state.
Is that final?
yes.
Okay.
And then all other revenues, there is detail on that if you want to look, but all other revenues were 8.1 million, which was 162.5% of the budget, 2.9 million more than last year.
The interest on the lien sale is in that number. The unrealized gain is in there. So that's about $1.82 million. And we had the ARPA funds that we reassigned back to the
Mhm.
general fund.
Mhm.
Forgot about that one.
So right now, you're saying we're at 7.6 million over on revenues.
Correct.
Okay. And a little better on expenses, correct?
Yes.
700,000, would we end up?
That's right.
Just to that, you're 8.4. Okay, so that's the 8.4. Okay, I got you
Plus the
now.
3.4.
We do have encumbrances. We have about, what do we say, 600,000-700,000 still outstanding, which we won't know what that number is going to come back until we
Okay.
close the encumbrance.
It's gonna go against the
We'll know-
3.4.
It would increase, it would give us more savings
More
if they don't
savings.
spend up to any point of that 600,000 they don't spend.
Is a
that
good, is a
savings
good
to
guide
us.
of the 8.4.
Yeah.
So at 8.4, so we were really budgeted, we planned 8 when we did the mill rate. 8.2 when we
Two.
did the mill rate. So we're at 8.4 and we could go to 8.5, who knows, a little
5,
bit
8,
more.
yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Good story.
I didn't catch, where's the 5 between the difference between the revenue and the expense? So that's 3.4, right? So
Our budget deficit was 5 million, so our actual total give back to the fund balance is 8.4.
I think,
okay.
yeah.
5 million use of the fund balance. Yeah.
So we will, in September, you'll know the encumbrance story. So you'll know the final reporting on that. Okay, good. Any questions? Good, good. At the end of the day, that's a good story. I mean, we end up,
Yeah.
really, really exceeding all expectations here. Okay. What else for this? Anything else? On expenses or revenues? No? Okay. Any questions for? Okay, sounds good. Line items?
For review. Nothing of particular note that I can think of. Feel free to look through it.
There's my list.
I have a printout of these because our printer died 5 minutes before we got in here. These were on the tablets, but they didn't get hard printed.
I do. Right on Deanna's laptop.
See if that helps.
Yeah, we
That's
can all tweet
unreadable.
that.
Yeah,
We
that's
can see
unreadable.
that.
Okay, Superman.
Oh, very small amounts.
Yeah.
There's one here.
Anything you want to shout out? They're just for review here, pages.
There's a almost 10,000 item where town buildings to over service contracts to outside service contractors. I guess that's just a clarification at that point. This is page two.
Yeah, making sure it's coming out of the right account to show consistency.
Because it was a more general account, then it goes to the sub account
Is there a new
presumably.
printer in here somewhere on this list? You're asking for a friend.
Really not much else.
All right, anything to vote on? This is all.
Yeah, the next page.
Just asking.
Yes, there's a
Okay, let's
list.
go to the. Any questions on the items to review? No? Okay. Pretty straightforward.
many?
Year end.
Year.
Yeah, it's always a cleanup page.
Cleanup meeting.
All right, and for the approval, I just have one page on this, but there's a lot to talk about, so we can talk about it. The first line of the approval is $27,097.88 coming from contingency to the Health and Welfare Fund.
If they're different.
Let's take them one at a time, I think, team, because there's.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this first one is for St. Luke's. We are mandated and to cover medical services for the private schools in town. So this one came up a little bit more expensive than we anticipated.
You explain that again. You're supposed to do what for private schools?
We carry the health and welfare of private schools for New Canaan Daycare, New Canaan Country School and St. Luke's. and
Or
it's
in the
state
amount of the students that they, from New Canaan. That- Yeah, so if there's a New Canaan student that's attending St. Luke's, then,
okay.
then we have to
cover those expenditures.
Okay.
Second line,
Okay, why don't you go through them and then maybe we can
Oh,
vote.
okay.
It's fine, that's fine.
the second line, 742,950 from contingency to an operating transfer, which is to cover. I wrote it down. So it's from ARPA funding, and it's going to be referencing some projects that are down at the bottom of this sheet. That's where they're eventually going to go.
We'll take a second on that. So it's 740,000, where are they going?
So we took in a
Oh, right
million,
here.
we took in $1 million into revenue, and that was ARPA funds for reimbursement, but they
Mhm.
had been assigned for certain projects that we wanted to use them for. We took them back into the general fund so that we could choose which ones to put them out. This is the second piece of it. So we took the revenue in. Now we're looking to be able to transfer it from here to
Okay.
to capital projects so that they can start spending down on those projects.
And they're down below if everyone sees them.
Yeah.
Sidewalks for 280,000, right? Waveney outdoor bathrooms for 250, town players for 211. Is that what, that's the
Those are
700?
those.
Okay.
And
So
it's
they're
been-
allocated to current projects.
They were previously allocated in the ARPA funds, but
Right.
because of the deadline, we had to
Yes, we
pull
have
it
to
into the
yeah, I
general
understand
fund.
that. So they're- but
Now
these
they're
are
Now it's
just
all-
happening.
re-
These
now
are
it's
all 26 fiscal year, current year items. which is
I
fine.
think we put them as fiscal 26 because they were already previously allocated. There was a list that you guys approved
Mhm.
for the ARPA funds. And because they couldn't get them done in time, we had, if we didn't want to lose those funds, we had to pull it in. You could, a correct use of those funds could be the general fund. So we brought it into the general fund and said, we're not taking it away from you, but you're just not ready for it. So once they're ready for it, which is right now,
Which is this year, right?
we are now allocating the funds that we promised them earlier. Does that make sense?
And they're gonna work on it now.
Yes.
So it's
okay.
not
So
really,
that's why it says FY 26, but it's not really, I mean, so it is being done right now, but it was based on something that was approved
All right,
in
so
the
we're
ARPA
not gonna
funding.
We won't find these items in our
Budget.
budget.
No.
This year.
No, they would have been in the year you did the ARPA funding.
I see, but it's, okay, so in a way, you're amending the budget on both sides by $746,000.
Yes, yes. The revenue goes in, that's just an overage, but
Yeah.
from the expense perspective, we have to come in front of the
Right,
board.
Yeah, so you'd have, yeah, okay.
Okay.
So it'd be a special item if, the accountants will treat it as a special item as opposed to the budget. Yeah,
We transfer in, transfer out, and we already did 194 of these, of this dollar, yeah, a couple of months ago. So that's where the $1 million comes into play.
okay.
Are these for new sidewalks or for maintaining the existing ones?
I think this was new. It was there's a couple that were in the works for a long time because we're not doing new ones, but this was approved a while ago
Okay.
and we're finally getting to it.
Okay. All right.
Third on my list, if we're okay to
Yep.
move. 67,314, again, from contingency to town buildings property cleaning. They're basically the cost for cleaning has gone up because of the police station. That's to cover that. Next, we have 76,000.
Nick, they're gonna start taking away from your
100,000?
900.
What exactly, but that cleaning, I mean, wasn't that part of the police station building that they used
That's
for?
an ongoing, that's an annual maintenance. That's annual maintenance, increase in cleaning. I feel like I have like library twitching from increased cleaning with a new building. So,
Wait till you
yeah.
get the bride and groom
I
cleaning.
know, I'm just-
That's in another line item somewhere.
Every week.
Yeah.
All right.
The fourth line, 76,000, that's for retiree medical and dental. Again, increasing costs, the retiree contributions are more expensive. Those numbers fluctuate, but basically there was savings in the administrative fees to cover that. So that's where that's going from within the same fund. Just looking for
Okay.
approval on that. Fifth item, several decreases in projects to an increase in a single project, that single project being new alarm or upgraded alarm systems, I should say. So we found savings in several projects to cover the cost of that.
Good.
Okay,
I'm
Hence
okay
those
if you wanna-
buttons that you see over there.
If you want to vote on all of those as one vote, I think we can do that.
yeah.
We'll approve the list of transfers. That's fine. If everybody agrees with that, I mean, if you don't, if there's one you want to vote against, you can let me know. But if you guys are okay with voting it as a group, we could just do one vote for all the transfers. Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Want to do so move?
Okay, so we have a motion to move, okay, Nick,
Oh, Nick, yep, second.
second.
Chris,
Yeah.
okay, all in favor?
I,
Aye, opposed? None? Good job.
So we do have 3 other items on the end of this.
Fingers up, but you gotta pick a, pick a lane.
I was holding the pen.
Okay.
So we've done this, well, we need to address the 742, but we have a request from land use.
We have to be careful here. Is this on the agenda?
It's an approval. It's an approval from the board. It's on the,
What are we looking at?
it's a transfer of a journal, not a
Oh,
budget.
request journal account balance.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Land use here.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Oh, you see it.
Budget versus journal.
Okay, I do not see it in my agenda.
No, that, because this wasn't in.
Yeah,
there.
okay. I didn't see it. I'm sorry. I didn't have it on on the agenda, but it's published on the agenda?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a transfer. so
It's a
Okay.
transfer to approve.
use for
Printer
their-
broke.
their POC budget, based on the timeline of what they need to do, they still have 50,000 left in 2025. They did this last year where they don't want to lose the funds and start all over again. So they want to ask that they can transfer these funds into special project funds, which will give them the ability to then, when their bills start coming in, to pay for it. So they're looking for that. And the reason I didn't give dollar amounts, but I'm letting you know it's about $50,000, is because we haven't closed out all the invoices for the year. So they could have a potential invoice going against that. So I don't want to approve more. So the approval would be whatever the balance is after we close the books to have the ability to transfer it to special projects.
And I'm confused.
So you're
'cause
transferring
PSCD
from
is
Schedule
over.
B?
Sorry, wait.
No, we
So-
already approved that. That was what you read. off.
Yeah, that's over there.
Yeah.
So this and that, but you're talking about another 150,000
It
Oh,
says the base-
50,000.
or 50,000.
It's not on your
No,
agenda.
it's on the
It's
agenda.
it's
So
on
it's
the,
only on the special agenda. You
on
have to
the,
know
on the,
where to
on the
look.
transfers.
In the bottom. Down here. I think that's the first thing. you're talking about.
Ah, I see. Wow,
So-
that's
It's a
Did she say?
6-point
because the
font is not helpful.
POCD is over, so why are we transferring money into the POCD? They're doing a
It's not
reg
even-
review
There's not even a dollar amount here.
No, they don't.
It needs to be done.
on the
So-
POCD.
Yes, that she said she wants to hold that. She's been asking for 2 months on this one.
Okay.
And it's 50,000?
Right now. It's 50,000, but I just, in case I have any bills come in the next 4 weeks, invoices, I just want to approve that whatever the balance is at the end of.
So you're looking for $50,000 to cover what's left.
To take it from the general fund and move it to the special projects fund. So she has the ability. We did, I forget what the dollar amount was last year. We moved what was in her budget last year over there and she spent that down. Otherwise she would have lose that capacity to spend.
So was this budgeted?
Yep,
Okay.
it's, yeah.
And what work is being done here? What is this all about?
Sarah needs to be here because.
So what, in talking with her, she said she has
Who are
POCD.
we talking about?
Oh, Sarah Carey. In land use.
Planning and zoning.
Right.
All right.
I'm just confused because the POCD was finished. And it's 10 years before we open it again. So I don't know what she's doing with the POCD.
We can
now.
table this and wait till September.
Yeah, let's ask about that one because I have
Not
no
enough
idea
to-
what that is.
Not enough details. I'm not following it, I have to be honest with
And
you.
it needs to be a real, a real.
I think the
budget
agenda,
item.
Tucker, I think it has to have a dollar amount in it for us. Dollar amount? Okay, all right. Well, anyway, if it's okay and not critical, can we get the facts and do this in September? That-
And
I'm
I'll have
feeling a
Sarah come
little.
in front to explain it.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
Yeah,
right.
that-
Sarah,
I think
'cause that's why-
that's the way to do it.
Yeah.
And
They're looking at their regs right now, so.
That's
once-
regs though. That's not POCD. That's your regulation
Based
review.
on the POCD, right?
Mm-mm,
Okay,
It's,
so then
it's
our
the town,
approval
it's the regs. That's different than the
We need to
POCD. That's why I'm
clarify that it was only
confused.
for these items.
Yeah.
And this.
no, we're good. We did that. We're now on these and we just said that one we're gonna table.
It's the transfers, that's all.
I don't know why.
It's one at a time. So the first additional item below that table is that one and we just tabled it.
Yeah.
Okay,
And
what's the
this
second
one
one? Yep.
is a.
No, don't jump ahead.
note.
There's another one.
I know, but this is simply a note to to this one up here.
Yes, that's right. That,
Detail of what that is.
the detail around the ARPA one
So
you're
we have
talking
to do
about.
it 2 ways. We
Yep.
have to actually get the budget to be able to transfer it across. So what you approved was the budget, taking it and putting it from contingency into a line item, what's called transfer out. So we can so that's, budget is there for us to allow the transfer. What's down below are the amounts that physically have to be transferred out and into the capital projects.
You're jumping
So
around
don't you
now.
need a separate line? Don't you need a separate, shouldn't you have had 2 lines here? You would have had the one from contingency to operating transfer and then from operating transfer out into these 3 projects.
I'm not doing a budget transfer fund to fund. Can't do that one. I'm doing a
Oh,
journal fund to fund. So one is
Oh,
an
I see.
expense, one is a revenue, transfer out, transfer in. So that's the approval that we're looking for.
We've already approved that.
Yes.
We have already approved that.
So that ARPA money's done. Those are just the details below. So this first item on the journal balance and account on the CO for the CO, that's POCD. We're gonna move that to
Table.
September.
Yep.
What's this next one?
The next one is the audit committee have requested, similar to what Sarah is asking for. They have residual funds left in their internal audit account. And they're looking, we've one more bill left on it. They're looking that any funds left at the end of fiscal year 25, which we can table this to September as well, but they want any funds left over in that account to be put to the special projects to give them the ability to continue with other internal audits and not lose these funds.
What's the amount of funds they're asking to move?
Right now it's about 31,000.
31.
$1,000 to hold over just in case they have other internal audit expenses.
They do have money in
Okay.
26 for it. But they have two firms and they're going to start bringing on the second firm.
Okay.
So they want to be able to have that resources there.
That one's pretty clean for me. I don't have any
Right, but
particular.
the problem I have with this is these are presented without dollar amounts.
Tucker said it's okay.
We have done it in past years.
We just say on agenda, line item transfer. When you all vote, you should have some.
Well, that's why I'm asking for the
Well, no,
dollars.
the reason I left it was this, because what we've done in the past is we don't know the numbers in case a bill
Well,
comes
we're
in.
in September, right?
Right, we can table it till September.
I just, it feels a little early.
Yeah.
I
Well,
just,
then-
without the numbers and the rest of it, and I'll be honest with you, I just don't, let's keep it simple.
Let's
If-
ghost them.
Unless they're delivered, unless it's needed and there's a problem and and you have to tell us if there's a problem that they need something between now and September. But if they don't, then let's get the facts. They have a budget for 26. There's money there, so they can keep going. Okay, all right. What's the third one?
iPad.
The ARPA one, you
ARPA
already did,
interest, yeah.
you said.
About the iPads.
No. iPad replacement.
That one I want to approve.
Yeah, let's have a conversation.
Have a number.
Let's have a
You
conversation.
and who else?
Since I use mine for a hold on, as a paperweight these days, so.
So
I'll wait till
Um,
September on that.
as you know, they're updating your iPads. So we need about, what's the dollar? amount?
21,267.
A real number then.
21,000.
Quote and everything.
From them because they got a quote.
iPad and that's.
267.00.
I can verify. That's what I wrote down.
Okay.
So, when we got the ARPA funds, I put it in a money market. That generated interest on that because we had about, in total was 5.8 and we had these tranches. So the Treasury is allowing municipalities to use that interest for anything, not just
Okay.
grant related.
Okay.
They gave relief that people could use that. So we use most of that interest to bring it in as a transfer in for the 26 budget.
Okay.
But I just got the June interest, so we know what that number is and that can cover
Oh,
this,
okay.
the
Good job.
iPads.
Okay.
So I'm looking to the approval to transfer out of one fund and into another to cover the iPads.
Okay, so you're moving it out of grant finance and
Yes.
into IT capital.
Exactly.
For that amount, 21,000.
267.
67.
267 even for iPad replacement.
Okay, so that one will.
That was pretty clean. I mean, does anyone have any questions on that one? I think that one's nicely done, by the way, and have it paid for by the interest on the amount.
Yeah.
If everyone's okay with that one, I think we can just move.
We can move this.
Okay, so, okay, you okay with that?
Yes,
You wanna read-
so
read it?
moved. Well, so the request to journal balance from grants finance to IT capital in the amount of 21,267.00.
Okay, motion, Michael, jumping on the iPad replacement. Second, Maria, all in favor? Opposed, none. Okay, thanks for that one. So the other two we'll pick up in September. Okay, okay. All right, what else you have? That is it. All right, good housekeeping. Two other items. I'd like to have maybe Tucker, this is for you, in our September meeting, the New Canaan Athletic Foundation to come present where they are and their plans and the baseball diamond and everything else that's going on with them and Dunning. And then in October, I don't know if Brian is still on, I'd like to have on the agenda to have the preliminary discussion about what he's thinking as it relates to the facilities. We'll do that in October. I can't have him come in. September's just too early for him. It's a tough. Hey, Brian, you okay with that? So do that in October?
Perfect timing. Yep.
All right, great. And what I'd like is our liaison group to meet in advance of that, just to get caught up on your thinking and everything that's going on there. Okay?
Yep.
Okay, any other items, team? Okay, I'll ask then for a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Chris, second. Nick, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Done. So moved. We're closed. Thanks, everyone.